Hey YouTube, Aiden/just Aiden here. It's after playing time at my house, so I'm not going to play for you guys. I'm just going to give you guys a short equipment update. A lot of new stuff has like changed hands, come to me, gone to other places, etc. I got more changes coming, so I thought I would fill you guys in. Since I didn't do another video today, I just got in a lot of practice. First of all, Contra is dead because these two solder joints, this obviously has two braces across the top of the slides where your hand goes, and these let go the other day when I was teaching. I think I may have told you guys about this, maybe not. So this has to get fixed. That's a pretty easy fix as things go. Obviously the slide will need to get aligned when you do this, and maybe this stuff has to get desoldered as well, but honestly, not a big deal. It just kind of sucks because I want to play this, and I haven't been able to play it for like 3 weeks. So, kind of a bummer there. Contra needs to get fixed. I finally got my new Markus Bond tenor case. Maybe I told you guys about that. I don't think I did, but super happy I finally got this. I finally have room for all my stuff. This one is a lot newer than the last one I had because it has the removable music pocket, which is the same as my screwbell case. And so I can finally like have my music. I can have my gig bag, which is kind of a new thing for me. I have this bag that I keep all my like lubes, my breathing tube, metronome, tuner, all that kind of stuff. I keep all that in here, and I just kind of transfer it from case to case. So now I finally have a case for my large tenor that I can actually keep all that stuff in. So I'm very happy about that. And I bought that from my friend Ben, who also sent, he didn't give it to me and I didn't buy it, just borrowing it, this slide that he made, which is a 525 wide Bach Slide. So usually a Bach 525 slide would be a Bach 36 slide, which is not as wide as this. This is kind of like economy H width, which would be like right here. And it wouldn't fit a 42, but this has a 42 connector. It's wide. It has a Shire's yellow crook on it in 547, so the real size for a 36 or for a 525 slide. It has bronze or red outers. I don't know what they are. He'd have to tell you. And it has old school Bach 525 inners from a 36. As well as a Bach New York or Mount Vernon, I don't know which, Mercedes 525 lead pipe. Mercedes was the Bach student line or like intermediate line of trombones and trumpets. They made that for just a while, and they were basically exactly the same as the Stradivarius line, but they didn't have nickel trim. So they were like really, really good instruments, but they were cheaper. So if you ever see like a New York Mercedes Bach trombone or something out there, it's probably awesome. And this lead pipe is from one of those horns that's really good. On my A47, my tenor, this slide is not very good. It's like really kind of tight. The high register just disappears if you play loud on it. It doesn't broaden at all. It just kind of gets nasty. But I just had a friend come over and he played it on his Greenhoe 42. And it sounded great, and it was really easy to play. Still the high range is a little weird, but the low range sounded really good. It didn't get as weird and like nasal when you played it loud. It was really good on his horn. I think it works well on heavier, kind of more open. I don't know if I want to say open. My horn is very efficient already, and when you add in the smaller bore slide, it just kind of gets too efficient and like too bright. So cool slide for my friend. I'm not probably gonna buy it because I don't need it. I wanted to try out a 525 on my horn, and this one at least doesn't work. I don't think I really need it because my horn is just kind of good enough with the 547 slide. But on like another 42 or something, this would be really interesting. So I have been, and this isn't a huge change, but I have been using my Edwards B502 rose outer slide on this 50A3, but I've just today gone back to the dual bore Shires. I've been really getting annoyed with the articulation on the single bore Edwards. It would just slightly back up and really annoy me. in ranges where I really didn't want it to do that. The high range on this with the single bore is pretty good. The low range is also pretty good, just kind of like the middle down to like low F, I wouldn't be able to articulate the way I wanted. And I put this on today, problem solved. So I guess I'll use the dual bore on this for now. Maybe tomorrow I'll go back. But the Edwards single bore is back on the bench, which is kind of annoying. I've had 2 of these now, 2 Edwards single bore bass slides, and both of them have been subpar on my Bach basses. I have one of these to have a backup and to have a single bore slide, because I think it's good to have one. And both times they've just been not as good as my dual bores, which I think is kind of annoying. I don't know why they're not as good. I know people who play these at very high levels and are very happy with them. I don't know if it's me or not. I also bought some new mouthpieces, and I'm probably missing some of them here, but the most important one is I've been playing my 3B a lot, and I've been playing with my 90s 6.5 AL, just like a totally standard 6.5 AL. It's kind of beat up. I had to fix the shank on it, and it's really, really good with that mouthpiece. I can play high, I can play low, I can play with a really good sound and articulation everywhere. It's very flexible, and the sound is just, I don't know, it's not quite exactly right. I can tell there's probably something out there that's a little bit better. I'm pretty happy with that size. And then I had a friend who offered that he had a Bach Mount Vernon 6.5 AL. Pretty, not exactly rare mouthpiece, but rare today. I'm pretty sure they made a whole lot of these in the Mount Vernon era. But I bought it from him. I have a Mount Vernon, and let's see if you guys can see this. Vincent Bach, Mount Vernon, New York, 6.5 AL. So that's really neat. The Mount Vernon and New York mouthpieces. New York came before Mount Vernon. I also have a couple of those. I bought one of those as well from him. This is and you can see this one as well. Vincent Bach, and it just says NY at the end, right? No, it says New York. There we go. And this is just a 6, so another no-letter mouthpiece. The New York mouthpieces are older. Those from like the 30s, 40s, maybe 50s, I think. And then Mount Vernon is like 50s until the 60s. So New York is older. Mount Vernon, they just moved slightly away from New York City. Both of those are just really old stuff and usually really, really good stuff. This is a Mount Vernon 6.5 AL, not super common and just so good. People talk about the Mount Vernon New York magic, and it's actually real. I already owned a New York 7, which is a little too small for me to play. And it's also the plating on it is just totally screwed up, so I haven't really used it. But when I do, the sound is just amazing. It's something that none of my other mouthpieces even approach. And so when I got offered this, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy it. Got it for a pretty good price, and it's about 1,000 times better than my other 6.5 AL in every way. There's nothing that I give up on this, and it's just so good. Articulation, sound, range, just everything about it. It's really comfortable. It's a good weight. I mean, I'm kind of blown away. I'm kind of mad because this plus my 3B is one of the best combinations of trombone that I've ever played. It's just so easy to play. Every range is accessible. Every articulation that I want to put out is accessible. It's very flexible, and the sound is just so good. So I'm really, really happy with this. Can't wait to use it at work. I haven't had a chance just yet, but I have put in some practice. Even today, I practiced euphonium because I have something coming up on that, and bass trombone. And when my friend came over, I got on my 3B and played this for a second, and I was like, oh man, I want to play this in my 3B, and I kind of don't want to play my other instruments because this combo is so good. I kind of see why people get stuck on these Mount Vernons. So there you go. Some more changes coming up. I sold my Thayers. The money's coming very soon, and then I will buy my new Meinl-Schmidt rotor valves, and that will come in. I'll have to get everything mounted. I have to get my bell cut. I have to have everything done. A whole bunch of work has to come in order for me to use those, but it's coming soon. I'm very excited, and you guys will probably see it before a lot of other people will. And I'll see you guys next time.